What's up, guys? All the way back November the 1st of 2023, I posted a video talking about how I was going to start using Sling TV for free. Many people do not realize this, but you can indeed use Sling TV for free. And if you buy this little box that they sell on Amazon, you can plug in an actual antenna, mount that guy to the side of your house or inside your house somewhere, and actually grab your local channels and then have them be routed over the internet to your device of choice. And again, this is something you can do free of charge. Of course, you got to buy the antenna, a coaxial cable probably, and then that box. But once you do all that, you get it all set up. There are no more payments from there. As you can see here on my Pixel Fold, let's just fire up my local CBS station, The Price is Right, and that is, I guess I could just let it rotate. That is streaming to my phone from an antenna on the side of my house, and that is a very, very cool thing. And I've been using this, go away, I can't seem to make it go, there we go. I've been using this for the last couple of months, and I want to report back to you kind of what that experience has been like. So I think the first thing I should talk about here is one of the biggest changes that I made from the first video to the current video. After maybe a month or so, I actually swapped out my TP-Link router system for a much more advanced TP-Link router system. It is Wi-Fi 7. It is like top of the line. I'm fortunate that TP-Link actually sent it over for me to review, and it is unbelievably fast. It is so fast that before I actually had this thing plugged into an Ethernet port into a satellite on my old router system. Now I don't even have Ethernet involved. It's all Wi-Fi, and it is actually considerably faster now than it was before. You probably just saw a clip a minute ago earlier in the video showing how long it took to load a channel, and now you can see that it loads up channels much, much faster than that. It oftentimes is almost instantaneous. So that is a very, very cool improvement that I've sort of made since I first installed this. Now, one negative that has been going on is perhaps you saw that USB flash drive plugged into the back of the AirTV box. And the reason that is there is because when that's plugged in, it can basically work as a DVR, allowing you to pause your live television. So you're watching a football game, you don't want to miss something, you got to go use the bathroom, pause it, go use the bathroom, come back. When you play, it'll start playing back off of that flash drive. And of course, you can skip back forward to live, maybe skip a commercial break or something like that, and you're back live. That is great, but it has been extremely finicky for me. So initially, I was using one of these kind of higher end Samsung flash drives. I say higher end, but just a Samsung flash drive. I decided though that I wanted to keep that flash drive. So I ran to Walmart and I bought this ONN on brand flash drive. I think it's like 128 gigs or something like that. I unplugged my old one, plugged this one in, and it just did not want to go through the setup process. I actually had to remove my AirTV box from my Sling application and then add it to it again. And I think I actually had to reset the box because I don't think that actually worked. I had to hold like a little pin into the reset button and fully reset it after removing it again, set it all back up, and then it set up this flash drive. However, it doesn't work. I cannot pause anything with this flash drive in. I've unplugged it and plugged one of the Samsung ones back in, but again, it doesn't want to set it up. So I'm going to have to fully reset it and go through the setup process again to get my DVR functional. So that is certainly a little bit annoying. And sticking with a little bit annoying and maybe actually graduating to extremely annoying, the worst part of this setup for me is the fact that every single time I load up Sling, whether it's on my phone, a tablet, or my television, a thing will, after a moment or two, you think maybe it's not going to pop up, and right as you go to do something, it pops up really quickly, and often it causes you to click the wrong thing. A screen pops up and says, hey, do you want to resubscribe, or do you want to keep using your free channels? And every single time you have to scroll down and hit watch free channels. And like I said, I'll go into guide, I'm about to pick a channel, and then it pops up right as I click, and then it starts to try and take me to the screen to start giving them money again. Super frustrating. If there's a way to disable that screen, I have not found it, and if you guys know what it is, put it in the comments down below. I will pin it and let everybody see it. I have not found it. It drives me absolutely batty. Otherwise, though, it only happens when you first launch the app, so once you're in a TV watching session, you're okay. For me, all I use this for really is like watching football. So I turn it on, I'm annoyed, I put on the game, and everything works fine from there. All right, so let's take a look at this here on my Pixel Fold. When I launch this up, we should shortly see that same annoying screen. There it is, watch free channels. This is your home screen, and most of this stuff, if you're doing what I'm doing, is not going to be relevant to you because you're not paying for these things. Continue watching might work, and then local channels are going to work just fine. Typically, I'm just going to stay inside the guide where you can favorite certain stations, and that's probably the easiest way to go because they will show you these free view channels that you'll see kind of scattered in here as well. ABC News Live, CBS News, basically these are just streaming channels that they have that will just show you sort of news that's going on right now. You can watch them if you want. I tend to ignore them. What I do is I favorite the local channels that I like, and then I just toggle over to this favorites tab, and there you go. Now I do want to say that overall the performance is pretty solid. You saw how fast that was. The video quality, the picture quality is pretty decent as well. It is a very strange commercial that we're watching. But again, picture quality is pretty solid. If you're watching like I tend to do, sports, things like that, it's going to be more than adequate even on a large screen or on a projector, which is actually what I tend to do with mine. Another cool thing is that you do not have to be on your local internet connection. You can be on your 5G connection, your data connection somewhere else, and always through this have access to your local television. I can be out and about and maybe I'm missing a game, and I can fire this thing up and I can watch the game directly from my phone. Excuse the Australian Shepherd fur. I can't escape it. So guys, that's kind of where I'm at. Overall, is it perfect? No, it's not perfect, but for what I needed to do, it does a pretty darn good job. And for a lot of people, you know, look, run to Amazon, link in the description. It's an affiliate link. If you click it and you buy something, I'll earn commission off that. Right now, $60 for the AirTV 2. Grab that thing, go to your local Home Depot like I did and grab an antenna. I think I spent maybe $50, $60 on this antenna. Plug the whole thing together and you're up and running. And again, you're able to stream to your phone, to your tablet, to your TV, anywhere you are, local television, and it's free from there. Now, the only real concern that I think that we have is that Sling will just shut this kind of thing down, and that would definitely be very annoying. There are some alternatives to this, though, which at that point, I guess you could pivot away from the AirTV box and grab something else and use one of these other ones instead. You at least still have the antenna, and you can at least watch those shows on your television, if nothing else. But I think we'll be okay, at least for a while, to, you know, sort of cut the cord there and continue going this route. So again, for me, it does the job pretty well, even though there are the caveats that I mentioned here in this video. Hopefully that gives you some context and some information about how this has worked long term. If you want to see the full setup of this entire setup, I'll drop a link to my original video in the description down below as well, so you can see that too. At any rate, thanks for watching. You can subscribe for more content that may or may not be like this. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.